Hi, it's Carolyn, the Contest Queen. I have not done this in a hot minute. I actually looked, and I don't think I've done a TikTok live since March. So it's been like 2 months. And I'm cooking dinner. George is away. Of course, I forgot to get my fry pan out first. Let's see if I can do this without falling over. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to cook dinner and I'm going to answer sweepstakes questions and help you win giveaways while I use up leftovers in my fridge and do stir fry. So what do you want to know about sweepstakes? Now, I have not been entering as much as I would like to because I've been super busy. I don't know what possessed me to try and publish 12 book editions this year, but I did. And then, so I've been doing that instead of entering. Because really, if I'm entering steadily, it's only an hour a day. Like, it doesn't take that much time. So I will be doing that because my next project, I've almost finished. I'm just waiting on the audio files for A Man Called Friday. And that is a nonfiction book that's my third Audible edition. So I'm waiting for that. I'm almost finished Money and You by Tag Powell, but that has 3 parts to it because there's an audio series and a workbook PDF that goes along with it. So I'm waiting on that. And then I'm going to finish Prizes Everywhere. So if you want to learn about sweepstakes contests and giveaways, just ask me questions. Can I join the live, please? Like, talk to me and ask me questions directly. What do you want to know? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I'm happy to teach people how to win giveaways. It's my favorite thing to do. So recently, even though I have a very, very, very good entry to win ratio, so I just did 2 unboxings and I've got another one to post. I filmed it. I recently won a really good hat, like a cap, a toque, or a beanie. Depends on where you are. Depends what you call it. And it's actually one of the best ones I've ever won. It is freaking lined. It is so nice. I'm like, oh, this is really good. So I was really happy with that. And then, let's see. And then I unboxed the slippers that I'm actually wearing. Can I flip the slippers? Can I do that? Does that work? No. That stops the live. Where's the flip? The camera flip. Oh, well. Actually, I think it's here. Flip camera. There's my slippers. I won those. Okay, we'll put it back. There's me again. So, yeah, so I won those slippers from Kraft. Now, what's really funny is I wasn't paying attention to the dates, and they had different prizes for different weeks, and I really wanted the fuzzy sweater. And then at one week, they were giving away Smeg toasters to make peanut butter toast. So I entered. At first, I thought I won one of the toasters. I was so excited. Then I realized I won the slippers. I was like, But I won 2 pairs. So I did a little unboxing of that. And then I won... what was the third thing I unboxed? Oh, some Monster. I don't know why I did this. So I had some Monster tabs and there was an instant win contest, so I thought I would try it. And there was 2 prizes I could go for, and the pictures were so small I couldn't really tell what they were. So I just randomly picked one, and I won the fighter gloves. I'm like, why did I just win UFC fighter gloves with a UFC gift card? So I might go on there and order some track pants or something. I don't know. Seems a little silly. And then, and I got the gift card. So then I have these gloves from Monster. But the other prize was like a sweatshirt and a hoodie and a t-shirt and a beanie. And I'm like, you should have tried for that one. But I think the problem was no one was entering for that one. Everyone was entering for the other one, which is why I probably won. What happened to the carrots? Oh. can't have this. Need carrots. So, yeah, so it's a little crazy. I have been trying to enter every day a little bit and catching up because I need to do some screenshots for the new book. And right now, I've been doing a lot of radio giveaways. They're really good to do when you're busy because you can listen while you work. And they give you a chance to win. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of radio giveaways. And I just had the peeler. Oh, it's right here. So that's when I win. So why don't I talk about how I started, and maybe you want to start. So I started entering. Now, sweepstakes has been around as a hobby since the 120 years ago, maybe it started. Or maybe even longer, but companies were using giveaways as a way to promote their products and services. Now, back in the day, they used to be called contests because you'd have to like finish a jingle, or you'd have to enter, 25 words or less. So I highly recommend you read The Prize Winner of Defiance, Ohio, or watch the movie, or both. And what you do is you get a really good glimpse into the world of contesting and how mostly housewives, because they had the time, entered giveaways as a hobby to supplement their family's life. Because things, one of the things that Evelyn, the protagonist of the movie and book, Evelyn Ryan, she used to save all her prizes because the subtitle of the book is How to Raise 10 Kids on 25 Words or Less, because they didn't have any money. And her contesting actually, kept some food on the table and gave all the kids Christmas presents because she had a prize closet. And she had no idea that her life really affected other people until after she passed away, not ever knowing. So after she passed away, her daughter, one of her 10 kids, her daughter, I think her nickname was Tuffy, found all of her mother's journals and wrote this book that got made into a movie. And it is fantastic. I mean, Woody Harrelson plays the dad. And, what is her name? She's so good, an actress. It'll come to me. Anyway, she played Evelyn. And it was fantastic. How to find links to comm sites in New Zealand. Okay, so I don't know of any sites in New Zealand. Now I know of ones in Australia. I don't know if they have a sub section for New Zealand, because there's so for example, a lot of sites here will have, there's US and Canada, because we're kind of close together. So I'm not sure if the Australian sites will do something similar for you guys. I forgot the olive oil. We'll use similar and have sites for you. The other thing I would start to do is now you're in New Zealand, so you tend, oh, Juliana Moore, thank you so much. Hang on, let me just put all this in. Oh, I love me a good stir fry. It uses up all the veggies, gets us veggies into our systems, and it's just delicious. So what I want you to do is, the word competition is there, so I would start to do searches in your area with the word competition and giveaway first, then contest, then sweepstakes. Sweepstakes, probably not. That's very American. We don't even use it here in Canada, really. We use contest mainly up here, and giveaway would probably be number 2. So I would say search then start to do locals, because actually your odds of winning local are better than national anyway. So I would start with, now it depends on the city. If you're in a rural area, you're not going to have as many options as if you lived in, say, Christchurch, right? Because it's a bigger city. There's going to be more giveaways in a bigger city. Oh, I don't want this one. I want the Asian oil. Sesame oil. So, you probably want to do that and start there, because there might not be a dedicated site. Oh, you're in Auckland. Okay. So you're in the major city. So there should be the numbers. I remember saying a while back how easy it was to enter radio countries locally. It's worked. Yeah. So, oh, you won concerts and event tickets. So yeah, so it's concentric circles. So you enter in your local area, then your state or province, and then nationally. Now, New Zealand is small compared to other countries. What is your current population? I have no idea. We have I think we're up to 38 million in Canada. We're still smaller population-wise than the state of California. So the number of giveaways here compared to the US is much lower. The US has a tremendous amount of giveaways comparatively. Just because population-wise, and that's one of their big ways to market things, whereas other countries don't use it as much. Now, because Canada is kind of glued to the US, we do employ some of their marketing tactics, so we have a decent number of giveaways, but not as much as the US. Now, the US, they pay taxes on winnings, and we don't here in Canada. I don't know what the rules... yes, I'll answer your question on the lotto in a second. I don't know what the rules are on prize taxes in New Zealand. I've never looked into it. So you'd have to take that into consideration. And so I would just start to do some searches. You might start with Instagram. You might have the best luck on Instagram to start, because so many small businesses are going to do competitions and giveaways in your area. So you can even look up the hashtags for Auckland and hashtag giveaway and hashtag competition and see what pops up. And I would start there. And you'd be amazed at how much you can win in your local area. Then, of course, you may want to do some worldwide ones, but they're obviously harder to win. If you like books, I know Goodreads does a lot of giveaways, but I don't know if they're open to New Zealand, because I know that when an author picks where they want, they can do, I think, Canada, US, UK. I believe they have a worldwide option. So that might be something you might want to look into and see if that's a possibility, because I used to do it when I had time to read. Now that I'm writing the books, I don't have as much time. If you have time to if you love to read, that's another option for prizing. But like I said, start with all your local media outlets, your local television, your local they used to be newspapers, but now sometimes they're just digital sites that have those kinds of giveaways. And you'd be amazed like what concert tickets and event tickets you can get in your area. Okay, so I need to let that stand. Now I need a pot for water. This might be overkill. I think it's overkill. I got some noodles. I got noodles! But we're not going to use all of them. And then my daughter's boyfriend's eating with us, and he can't eat meat, so we are going to do the chicken after, separate. We'll just throw it in ours. And so that way he can have dinner with us. Okay, let me get some water while I answer more questions. And actually, years ago, 2004, I won this dinnerware. And I've had it ever since. Some stuff is timeless. And actually, some of the veggies that I'm using I went to the store. I had a grocery gift card I won. Paid for the noodles and for the bean sprouts. They were basically free. So this hobby covers a lot of things. Whoops. Yeah, don't spill the water while you're trying to live stream. Okay, let's get it hot and we'll cook the noodles. Exciting hobby. Okay, we need some salt in the water. Let's salt the water. Oh, I should grab some teriyaki sauce. I wonder if I have any in the cupboard. So, okay, so you wanted to know, who wanted to know the lotto? Diamond wanted to know the lotto. Okay, so one, I have never won the lottery. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I have won the lottery. I have hit, oh, I don't think I have any. I have hit 5 out of 6 numbers. And believe it or not, that was only $2,500 bucks. If I'd had one more number, I would have won 22 million. I know, right? Okay, so I don't have any teriyaki sauce. We'll just go with what I got. So, yeah, so I won 2,500 in the lotto. Now, Richard Lustig, who has since passed, he won the most. What was his stat? He won the most. I think he's in. Is it the Guinness Book of World Records? I know he's in the Ripley's, believe it or not. He won the lottery, the grand prize in the lottery 7 times. But his key, he didn't win the Powerball or the Mega Millions. He won, his claim to fame was that he won the Florida State Lottery. So, 300,000, 800,000. Yeah, he didn't win 800 million or something. He didn't win that because one of his things was that was easier to win. That was his philosophy, was that was going to be easier to win. And that's how he entered. And he used to sell a book. Now I think his wife still sells it, and it's called Secrets to a Millionaire. Now, here's something interesting that I learned from Audible. He used to sell the book for $50, the print book. And it was thin, mighty thin. And I thought, I don't want to spend $50 on that book. But then I had an Audible subscription. I just stopped it for a while because I couldn't keep up with the number of books I was listening to, because I do podcasts, I'm doing my own stuff, I take courses. I had too much. So I put it on a temporary pause. But one of the things that I found was his book was there as an Audible book, and it was only $3.50. And I'm like, how is a $50 book only $3.50? Then I started making my own Audible books, and I figured out why. Because when you make an Audible book, you don't pick the price that it sells for, the author. Audible tells you what it's going to sell for. And it's all based on time. So between this time and this time, it's approximately this much. So if you've got like a 50-hour book, it's going to cost a lot more than, a 5-hour book. So one of the cutoffs is 5 hours. So one of my books is like 5 hours and 10 minutes. So it's a slightly higher price point than the other one. But if you're using so one of my books is 20 and one of my books is 15. Because one's like 4 hours and 53 minutes or something like that, and the other one is just over 5 hours and 9 minutes. They're so close, but because one's under 5 hours, it's priced lower. And I think it also ties into what the actual print cost of the print price of the book is. Anyway, so Richard's book, you can find the Richard Lustig's book on Audible for like $3.50 because it's so short. even though they were selling the print edition for like $50 because they don't set the time. So that's one resource you can get on winning the lottery, and it's extremely cheap. I listened to it. I can't remember some of the other tips right now, but that's one way I do it. The other person I would go and follow who has a lot of great tips and tricks on winning the lotto is Timothy Schultz. He won the Powerball when he was like 22, and he loves having people on that have won the lottery. He interviews lots of lottery winners and tells lots of lottery stories. He's on YouTube. I haven't seen him here on TikTok. He's on YouTube, and you can go follow him there. And he has lots of great stories. The third resource that you can look at to winning the lottery for more details is, I did some blog posts because Helene Hadsel, who won every prize she ever desired, including a fully furnished home, of course was asked this question all the time: how do I win the lottery? And so what she did with that was she wrote a section in her book on how to win the lottery, how she would go about it. Now, people would get mad at me sometimes. They go, well, how come she never won the lottery? Well, you have to remember, where she lived in Texas didn't have a state lottery till 1992. It's only had a lottery for 30 years. And she won all the prizes she wanted back in the 60s, like 30 years before that. So why would she need to win the lottery in the 90s when she already won everything she ever wanted? Like trips and cars and a house. Like, that's what you want to use the lottery for. What was the name again? Okay, so the first one was Richard Lustig. L-U-S-T, I think it's just I-G. Richard Lustig. If you type into Google Richard Lustig lottery winner, his stuff will come up. But his book is the cheapest on Audible. So I think if you want to get it, just get it on Audible. It's a deal. The second thing was Timothy Schultz. Timothy, and then Schultz, S-C-H-U-L-T-Z, I believe. There's a reason I use Grammarly. My spelling's atrocious. And so he is the lottery guy on YouTube. And even subscribe. Like, he's fantastic. Like, and he's always having new interviews on. And just fantastic. He even interviews people that are outside of the lottery field, like he did the guy that wrote the book called Liquid Luck, right? Like, fun. So that's Timothy. And the last one's Helene Hadsel. So if you go to Words for Winning, which is my other website, so she wrote in her book how she would go about winning the lottery if she so desired. Then when I was going through her files, because I'm maintaining her legacy, I found an article she wrote about winning the lottery. So I did a blog post about that. And then I found another note she wrote, like a blog post on winning the lottery. So I made it like a 3-part series on how to win the lottery on my Words for Winning website, and you can go read all of Helene Hadsel's take on how to win the lottery. So those are the 3 best resources I know on winning the lottery, because it is luck. Some people have had dreams about their winning numbers. I did once, and I didn't go buy a ticket, and I think those numbers actually hit. So I try not to think about that, because, yeah. My spirit guides are probably going, what? So I stick to contests, and I win a lot of stuff. I would like to win trip number 25 this year, but we're already at May, and I've hardly been entering, so I need to get a go on that, because you can't win if you don't enter the name of my first book, which you can buy for $1.99 on Amazon. And what else? Yeah, so one of the things so here's how to get started. If you're new to the hobby, the first thing I want you to do is go get an email address that you're going to use just for entering sweepstakes. It's going to make your life a lot easier. It's going to separate any of your email. It makes it easier to find stuff. I use mine specifically for sweepstakes and for online subscriptions or any type of membership. So, you know, you sign up for a loyalty card at a store, I use that email. I sign up for, you know, a website because I want to get their whatever, or I buy a course online or something. I use that email. So I use that email for everything that I don't want in my business or personal emails. It just makes it easy. Trip number 5. Wow. And you know what's crazy? Go follow Tom Cavalli on here of I Win Contests. He's past 90. He's past 90 trips. He wants to write a book when he wins 100. I'm like, dude, you got to start that book now. I've known Tom since 2008. I'm going to see him at the next convention. We're both going to Las Vegas because the annual National Sweepstakes Convention is this year is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. And this is the last day to sign up. I just realized it's May 15th. If you haven't signed up this year, you can't go until next year. Next year, it's going to be in Little Rock, Arkansas. Oh, I'm so excited for that. Actually, I think I should probably shut the heat off that for now. Yeah, because I want to get the... Ooh, I'm still peeling chicken here, and I got to put the ramen noodles in. I'm getting behind. This isn't good. Okay, hold on. We're going to wash hands here because welcome to the crazy mess. That's life, right? But that's what it is with sweepstakes. And now one of the things that I do is oh yeah, this is really boiling now. I like to enter, like if we're going on a trip, one of my tricks is if we're going on we're going to visit, say, George's kids or my sister or something, I'll get George to drive. Then the entire time I do Instagram giveaways because I hardly have time to enter. And so I just kind of make time. Right? That's what you got to do. Okay, let's get these bean sprouts in. Start to put them in a little bit. Put the heat back on. I know, it's like cooking with Carolyn. And, you know, here's another thing. If you love cooking and are super good in the kitchen, and I'll put 3 of these in, I think. 3 should be enough for us. 3 people, 3 things. How many minutes? 3 minutes. That seems low, but we'll do that. Oh, I need to put hot water on this. So here's something. I don't have a kettle. I have a hot pot. This is the coolest thing ever. Look, I don't know if you guys can see this thing here. It is always hot water. So good. I can make a cup of tea instantly. My sister-in-law, my cousin is married to someone of Japanese descent. Japanese Canadian, and they had one, and I was like, oh my God, that's actually the second one I bought because the first one died. Like, it lasted like 10 years and then it died. So there we go. Oh no, I forgot to put in the pineapple and the edamame. Okay, well, let me go get that now. See, I'm talking, I'm not paying attention. We'll skip the pineapple. We'll just do the edamame. So, okay, so back to what I was talking about. Get an email address just for entering sweepstakes. Use a sweepstakes aggregate. So the lady from New Zealand that I was talking to, she might not have an aggregate in her country. There used to be one aggregate that had global giveaways on it, but he closed. Like, that's the problem, is it's really, it's very hard for these aggregates to keep up. The US has the best options for aggregates, and Canada's probably number 2, and then, or actually tied, Canada's probably tied with the UK, and then Australia's number 3 for aggregates and places to find giveaways and options for winning. So here we go. So those are the, so you want to find an aggregate. Now, there are many to choose from, and I have a list. So when I started entering way back in 2001, there were no aggregates. And I had to poke around the internet and look and search and hunt, and there was no resources. So when I decided to write my first book, I thought, this is ridiculous. So I created Contest Queen as a hub of all things winning, so that if you want to learn how to win, you can just go there. Because it was very hard for me to learn how to win. It took ages, years of poking around and trying different things. And okay, this says that these are supposed to be ready now. That looks to be about true. Okay, let's strain those. Hang on. Let's strain these. Let's turn you guys to the sink. This is fun. And then, okay. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna put like some soy sauce on them or something. Just a little bit of sauce. Yeah, I only have plum and sweet and sour. How crazy is that? I don't have any teriyaki. Forgot to buy some. Oh well, we'll do that. Love soy noodles. Okay. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Life's exciting. So the third thing, so you got to use a sweepstakes aggregate. It's just going to cut down on your time. And yeah, waiting for trip number 3. You just got to keep going. Like, I've been entering since 2001 too. You have to look at the amount of time I've been entering, and also where I am compared to where you might live. Like, Tom Cavalli lives in the States. And so there's many, many, many more trips. It's also where he lives in the States compared to some of my other sweepstakes friends. He lives in Florida. So there's a ton more trip giveaways in Florida than in other places, because he's near Disney, he's near Universal, he's near cruise lines, he's near all the cruise ports, he's near many sports teams like in Tampa and Miami. So there's different sports teams. So he has, so the opportunities are greater where he is. Now I live near Toronto, so compared to Canada, probably number 1 is Toronto, 2 is Vancouver, and 3 is Montreal for big cities and trips and things to different places. You know, if you're in a rural area, you're going to have less opportunity for things. Like, we used to win tickets to movie premieres and see the stars and all these things all the time, because those things are all here in Toronto, right? There is, you know, a lot of concerts and things here that they don't have in other places. Okay, I'm going to shut that down. Wash my hands again. And then... And the final tip is you literally just have to keep entering. It's a numbers game, right? Oh, Maddie, hey. Oh, we're going to have to get you on. You're still waiting on trip number 1. Well, it'll happen. But, you know, you got to make it a priority, too. Like, if a trip is your number 1 thing, then that should be the first thing you're entering. Like, one of the things I do is I actually give away a free sweepstakes masterclass every month. And I used to do it for one-on-one. Then in January, I was doing my sweepstakes Q&A on YouTube, and people were talking, and I thought, what if I gave away more than one spot? What if I just did a whole class? Because it's still 1 hour of my time. Well, actually, one time we went 2.5 hours. We were having so much fun. Oh my God. But I thought, well, it's still my time, whether I'm teaching one person or 25 people. So I just started giving away a whole bunch of seats. That contest ends tomorrow, and the class is next Wednesday. So you can go to contestqueen.com, and right on the homepage, if you scroll down a bit, it says, you know, win 1 in 25 seats. And if you can come on a Wednesday now, there's a lot of international people. So the previous one, I did it on a Saturday, and I might do the next one in June on a Saturday or a Sunday to let people who live in other time zones show up, because I do open it up worldwide. So that's an option if you want to learn from me, because I only teach my classes 3 times a year now because I don't have time. I used to teach them monthly, but it was just too much. It was just too much, so I didn't do that. And yeah, Maddie, you are gonna win a trip. So just make it the #1 thing you enter every day. Do you use Tom's site, I Win Contest, for giveaways? And if you do, the biggest key to his site is you have to use the Discord group, because that's where all the people are winning, because they're sharing codes, they're sharing links, they're sharing tips, they're tagging each other in Instagram. Now it's really US based, so I have a membership to his site only because I use it to show people. If you add in the venues of concerts and sports games, they also have giveaways. Been to about 50 so far. Yes. Do I have a girlfriend? I have lots of friends, boys and girls. And my boyfriend is on a fishing trip. That's the one nice thing I like being with George, is that we do our own thing. So if you followed me in March, I did a half sweepstakes, half metaphysical trip. So the first part was I drove to Mooresville, North Carolina to attend the Tar Heel Sweepstakes Club Spring Banquet, and you gotta scroll back and look at the videos. It was crazy. I won so much stuff. It was so much fun, and just hanging around with all my friends. And then I drove to Texas. I did 18 states in 12 days by myself. And then I went to Texas and hung out with Dyke Hadsel, who's Helene Hadsel's son. I did a video with him. And then I went and met her granddaughter. Unfortunately, our schedules didn't mesh, and so I didn't get to stay with her. I just got to meet her and have coffee, and then I kept going on my merry way. Then I went to Clarksville, Tennessee, and I hung out a whole weekend. I wasn't only going to stay one day, and then we're having too much fun. So I hung out with Mark Mayhew, who is the Miracleist. He teaches the law of attraction and mindset changing. He's brilliant. And I hung out with him and his wife for 2 days. Oh my God. So we're planning, because we had so much fun. George and I are going to go down and stay with them, and then we're all going to go and hang out in Nashville, because they're only an hour from Nashville, and just hang out and go out for dinner and see shows and stuff. It's really fun. And Mark I actually met here on TikTok. You can make friends in real life off these apps. Yeah, him and his wife are the best. And the coolest. Like, if you like mindset, and he's got this sense of humor. He's got the funniest videos, and some of the way he thinks is so smart. And then, on my words for winning, we did a cheeky video where I copied one of his videos in his office, exactly where he was. And then he's like, wait a minute, what are you doing in here? It's like I broke in or something. It's so funny. Anyway, and then I came back. So it was like half sweepstakes, half metaphysical. So it was a lot of fun. where those, it all kind of blends together. But yeah, because of that trip and catching up and print and publishing like 3 books together, and I've got like 6 more to do. Like I have the Italian, German, and French editions of the Name It and Claim It game to publish. I'm waiting. I'm doing Money and You, and then I'm doing an audio series called Instant Money, and I'm doing an Audible book called Man Called Friday. As soon as those are all done, I'm doing prizes everywhere. And then my next project is the Silva Method of Mind Mastery book. Yeah. I'm not busy. And that's why I haven't won as many prizes this year as I would like, because I've hardly had any time to enter. But I think I'm going to work on that for tonight. So dinner's ready. I think these kids will probably want to eat because it's 7 o'clock. And I will work on doing more lives, because that's something I need to do more of, because I love popping here on TikTok. Maybe my next one, I'll do a Words for Winning one. And I'll just kind of alternate between Words for Winning and Contest Queen and teaching people how to win. But on my website, I have a ton of free resources. Like right on the homepage, there's 5 steps to begin winning. If you scroll down, I have if you sign up for my newsletter, I have a free sweepstakes starter kit. I got to work on my newsletter after dinner because it's supposed to go out today and I haven't done it yet because I was working in the garden, because we're way behind on that. It seems to be the theme for 2024. Let's turn that around. And I want to hear from you guys when you win. Just, message me or do an unboxing and tag me. It's so fun. And I'll talk to you later. Many happy wins.